can you actually take $100 and grow that into some much bigger amount? Well, let's kind of break it down. I don't want to say I get this question a lot, but I get it enough, or I get questions revolving around it in one form or another that I think probably justifies the video, and that way I now have a link to send these people. But it goes something like, hey Clay, I have, and then a certain amount of money, and I saw insert something else, and according to that, I can actually make it work. And for this, like I said, usually it's a smaller amount, but $100 comes to mind because there's some, $100 from a marketing perspective, that's got a good ring to it. So it's used out there like, hey, all it takes is $100, and then, you just follow whatever and you can actually make it work. And to be honest, yes, you could make $100 into, let's just call it, 10,000. And that's possible. But the problem with this is, while it is possible, it's very improbable, meaning it's probably not going to happen. Like the statistics, the odds are really, really against you. But let's say that you actually beat the odds. Let's say that you actually take $100 and turn it into 10,000. What would that really imply though? What would that, contain you doing? And at its core, we have to care about habits. That's what trading comes down to. If you watch my videos or listen to the podcast, or you've heard me talk about habits over and over again. Because if you're making money, but the underlying thing being learned is, okay, that was actually really risky. Oh, wow, you made money, sure, but, and then you insert into the blank some sort of bad habit. Eventually those bad habits are gonna catch up. So the idea is, I think I'm going through puberty. So the idea is that you want to be focused on good habits, because that's very simple logic chain. If bad habits are bad, well then let's focus on good habits. And there just isn't any way to get from $100 to $10,000 with good habits. With good habits focused on risk, with good habits focused on analyzing a situation and making sure that, well, the risk is relative and worth the reward. Because all you're gonna essentially have to do in order to get, I better change colors again. So to get to that 10,000, it's gonna take a whole bunch of gambles. Meaning the biggest gamble that's gonna be taken over and over again is it's just gonna be basically, have you ever heard it go before? Go big or go home. That is what's going to have to go into that if that were to actually happen. Now, because it's such a gamble, that's why the probabilities are really low. For example, sure, you could find some dirt cheap penny stock and just throw the $100 in there. And maybe, just maybe, if you hold long enough, the thing will explode and it'll all of a sudden turn into, let's say, $2,500. Wow, that worked. That was great. I'm going to take that $2,500 and do what? Well, what just worked before? I'm going to throw it into another dirt cheap penny stock. And you know what? Maybe that one even works. Highly improbable, but you know what? Maybe it works. And now you're at $7,500. Well, the past two things, you're getting, wow, I'm like a prodigy. I've taken $100 and now it's $7,500. You're going to go and do the same thing. I'm telling you right now, taking money and throwing it at dirt cheap penny stocks and then just holding and hoping it actually goes your way, that's a bad habit. That is not going to be a valid long-term trading strategy. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. You can go and do it. I guess at the end of the day, it's only $100. So if you have to learn the hard way, then so be it. But that's one way you can do it. Maybe you go and you load up on options and you're like, okay, I'm going to throw $100 into this dirt cheap option that's trading for like 5 cents a contract and it's going into earnings. So let's see. If you don't understand that going long into earnings is not necessarily a good habit at all, especially if you're buying a 5-cent contract, or who knows, maybe you go to like one of those contracts that trade for a penny and you load up $100. Sure, maybe in some freak situation, you actually nail it and it goes pretty big. Well, that worked. What are you going to do? Well, because of the habit that was formed, you're going to go and do it again. or you're going to do something maybe not exactly the same, but very, very risky. And eventually the habit will get you and it blows up and everything goes back to where it was. So $100, sure, you can take it. Sure, you can grow it. But the process, what would need to be done to grow it, especially in an efficient amount of time. I mean, if you're sitting there saying, well, yeah, I'll grow $100 to $10,000 and it's going to take me, 15 years. I mean, I would probably argue, why don't you save that number up to a bigger amount? And then because the more money you work with, the easier it becomes to make money. So, I mean, I bring that up because people want to do this also in like efficient amounts of time. And that's what some people imply is, hey, I took 100 to, insert huge amount in only 6 months or, in only whatever. And it's like, okay, sure, maybe you did do that, but I guarantee you were reckless. And who knows how many $100 that person blew up before they actually got it. So, I mean, sure, but I mean, what did they lose? 1,000, couple thousand before it actually worked out. And at that point, it's a matter of, well, why don't you just save up a little bit more so you can have a greater amount than $100 or some smaller amount like that. So that's kind of my take on it. Sure, it's possible, highly improbable. And even if you do get there, the amount of bad habits that you will have implemented into yourself in order to do that are going to come back and bite you. And I'm not going to say send you to the poorhouse, but it's going to be a very frustrating experience because bad habits are very just annoying and they're going to cost you money. And especially those bad habits. And that's why it should be focused on good habits because good habits will make you money over time. But none of this is, going to happen quick. It can happen quick, but again, big quick is just going to be a total dice roll, a total gamble. And those just are not good habits in the long run because like I said, they will get you. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything. And that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.